I've heard your request, and I guess we're probably going to do a part 5 because there's a lot. When I have 20 decks that I can viably talk about, and people want me to viably talk about another 5, so if you guys got requests for part 5 that I haven't talked about, no, I'm not going to talk about the specific Thunder Dragon variants. Maybe in another time, but I haven't played the deck, and I just know the OTK variant goes bleh, and regular Thunder Dragons go eh. That's how it works. Now let's dig on into part 4 of this metagame discussion. God, that's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, the first deck we gotta talk about here is Blue Eyes. I've been holding out on this one for a little while, and this has pretty much been the same thing that we've seen for the last couple of months with Blue Eyes trying to do. I've definitely seen this more on my locals, more so than anything. People do not know how to play around Chaos Max Dragon. A 4,000 monster that inflicts double piercing damage to your opponent, you would think wouldn't be that crazy to handle, but the amount of people that just don't know how to deal with it is pretty crazy. So that surprise factor also, Bingo Machine's not that great. I hate to be that person. We have somebody at locals that was talking to me about it. He was like, man, I really want 3 Bingo Machine. It's like the best thing ever. Like, no, that card sucks. Just stop. Someone's also going to be like, Robbie, you're dumb. Think about it. This is also coming from my friend Trent, who I've seen like play Blue Eyes religiously. Blue Eyes has not been, or Bingo Machine hasn't been that great in the deck. But yes, if you're going to play the deck, play the spammy Chaos Max build that is super cheeky for things. You know, you have incantations, you have the really cute things that your deck can do. Do them. Do the double piercing damage. Unload the alternative dragons. I mean, unleash the Blue Eyes. I really want to play Rage with Eyes of Blue. That's the one special summons, or maybe it's Majesty Eyes. Special summons 3 Blue Eyes, but you banish everything face down. Card's so fucking trash, but fucking goddamn it, I want to special summon 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons just once in my life. And OTK my opponent for no reason. It's never gonna happen, but you know what? We all can dream. But yes, Blue Eyes is still very much alive. Chaos Max is going to be the core central thing. A little baby Chaos Max that they got going on too off of their latest release is pretty cute too. But the deck is expensive, man. Like, no regular person and their mother is going to want to spend all that money for that deck. Now, somebody was like, Robbie, talk about Madolche today. So, we got the chance. Slim shared with me the Madolche deck from the last UDS qualifier that they had. And a lot of people looked at the deck, they were like, holy shit. But you can't do what you want Madolche to do at this current point in time. Tiramisu plays, the deck was a lot slower back in the day. It was a very slow control deck that would just outgrind the opponent on resources. And that's what we kind of know Madolche for. Also, Tiramisu non-targeting spot removal was pretty cute back in the day. And yes, they do have more support coming out. The Link Monster was the biggest disappointment this side of the moon. But, you know, that's fine. But they took a spin on the deck and turned it into Rongo Bongo Turbo. And I know that's not what dedicated Madolche players want to hear at this point. But at least your deck is alive. At least you can fundamentally, you know, make something work. Even if it's Rongo Bongo Turbo and you feel like you're betraying the archetype, that's fine. It doesn't matter what the means are to get there. It's, you got Madolche cards in your deck, you're making Rongo Bongo, and you're winning, right? Like, you would think about that. Like, it doesn't matter what the means are to the end. It's just, hey, I have a Madolche deck. I'm doing what my deck fundamentally wants to do, which is, you know, Butler, Mewtwo, Angeli, climb ladders, do some cute things, activate a field spell. You know, we're not playing Palooza. Like, why would we? Probably activate a ticket somewhere along the way to Charlie's Golden Castle, and then we make Rongo Bongo. Yay, we did it. It's unfortunate that's what the deck has become. It's kind of more of a bad taste, and I understand the bad taste, but like, hey, at least Madolche can do something in this current day and time. Now, I've been asked to talk about Slash Draw Left TK, and the first thing I want to say about this is, it was cheeky watching it work, but that's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! You gotta remember. You have to remember where like the stack is going. You gotta remember which danger effects that you have applied in a turn. I would almost put this up to the Gem Knight FTK level. It's like, when I talked about Gem Knight FTK in part 3, I was like, well, shit. Like, there's only like 3 people out there that actually have the time to learn all of the combos. And then I look at Slash Draw FTK. I'm like, oh fuck, I have to remember, you know, where like the Slash Draw is coming up. I have to maintain which danger monsters I've done. I have to make sure that my opponent is doing things. Like, there's a lot of dedication and things that I kind of think you have to do with that deck. And I'm not sitting here trying to play a deck that can turbo through itself in a way. Like, the deck is an STD, self-touching deck. Bad joke, I know. But it's probably one of the most degenerate decks that we've kind of seen in years. It's an inconsistent pile of garbage. And if you're going to a regional this season, I would be aware that it exists. I don't know if it's got the level of player base dedication to it that some of the other FTKs kind of had going for it. That inconsistency, it really scares people away. Like, I would say that the Slash Draw FTK is more like a locals level deck in terms of like just trying to cheese your opponent and things like that. But regional level and higher, like, yeah, I know it had success elsewhere in the world, but like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Just be aware it's there. Hand trap. I think if you hand trap it correctly, you win. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh wait, no, they asked thought you. Good game. Now, next up is Noble Knights. Now, I have not got the chance to play against Noble Knights in a little while, and I think the last time I got the chance to play against them was Sky Striker. The inherent equip mechanic that the deck has going for it is fucking fantastic. If that deck can get a lot of steam going, it will go. Trust me. Also, the re-equipment of the equip spells when you use things through game mechanic, like if you equip and you go, oh, LOL, make a soul day, and then, you know, it's destroyed through game mechanic and it re-equips, like, that's, I can't believe that's how that actually works, but that's how it works. But the core of the deck is almost definitely a soul day. And from my personal experience, the reason why I beat that deck was I cherried the Soul Days. If you cherry the Soul Day, the deck does not have a recovery play. And it's kind of sad. Like, if any deck needs a Soul Day, it is Noble Knights. And people want to see a Soul Day banned because of how degenerate it is, and I can understand that. But in the deck's own archetype for what it wants to do in-house, oh god, it's amazing. Send 4 equips, load them up in the graveyard for Artorias. That's amazing, you would think, right? And then you look at these other degenerate piles of decks that are just sending 4 random good equip cards to special summon anywhere. You should have just made it special summon a Noble Knight. It would have been fine. Also, getting the ability to search for like a Medrad or something for the next turn, or some other Noble Knight to combo extend. The deck is fucking cool for what it does, but it still kind of falls short. I would definitely put it in like the tier 2.5 category. Like, the deck's not quite tier 3, it's not quite tier 2. The deck can wreck some locals if it wants to, but once again, it's one of those, if you don't know how to play against it, it's almost in the same category as Blue Eyes. Like, you just gotta kind of be aware of what's going on. And then the last real bad boy I have for you guys for this video is actually Dinosaurs. Now, we actually kind of seen a resurgence of dinosaur decks, whether or not they were a combination of like True Kings to kind of destroy stuff, or if they're just kind of overtexting, comboing out for Conductors. Conductor was a real pain in the ass for some Sky Striker players a little while ago, and I don't know what happened, but the deck started kind of making a comeback for a little while. Way further back, we had the Shadal variant with the deck. That variant was really cute. I like some of the things that deck could do. And then I don't know what happened, but the Shadal variant disappeared. I don't know if it was just consistency issues. And then Dinosaurs vanished for a little while. And then, God, probably, 3 months back, we had Dinosaurs show back up. And I remember talking about it in a metagame discussion. We were like, oh, hey, look, Dinosaurs back. The deck has a decent matchup against some of these decks. And then, I think probably because Thunder Dragons came out, the Dinosaur engine took more of a backseat. I know there was the Dinosaur hybrid that was playing Thunder Dragons. I don't think that was that seemed like an inconsistent nightmare, in my opinion. But Yeah, there's not a lot to say. In a heavier Sky Striker format, Lost World giving your opponent the token to fuck them up unless they hard open the multi roll was really fucking cute, and I really liked that. And I had to give that to Dinosaurs. Like Conductor and things was really cute, but then like when you have another two good decks enter into the format, you're kind of just like, well, shit, like. What am I gonna do? Like I can't beat that or something like that. So I think Dinosaurs just unfortunately became extinct again, just because like they had a decent matchup. It wasn't great, and then like they kind of just fell to the wayside because, well, in the long run, like if the best deck that you can beat isn't like the best deck, like it's still very good, but it's not as good as it once was. Like you kind of just fall to the wayside. That's all I got for part 4, guys. If you guys want a part 5, you have to feed me what you want me to talk about. I can talk about it for the most part, but these are just these are the next 4. I know Paleo Frog and Trickstar are on the list along with Mech Knight Invoked. But hey, we'll talk about those at some point. Alright guys, I'm out for this discussion. Peace out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.